No.
Then try to pull
All right.
it through to begin with.
Calling the meeting to order. Attendance, please.
Supervisor Holdridge.
Here.
Councilmember Ardisana.
Here.
Councilmember Becker.
Here.
Councilmember Courtney.
Here.
Councilmember Dysinger.
Here.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Is there any public comment tonight? Anything online, Michelle?
No comments.
All right. Is there a resolution to accept the 6:18 and 7:09 meeting minutes?
Motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Right. Summary of bills. The town will be paying bills in the amount of $345,920.80. Are there any comments?
No.
No.
All right. We will start with the accounting department update first while I get my other things in order. Neil.
Thank you for inviting me to speak tonight. I know that there was some news, and I just wanted to give you an update. So, in December of before I joined in Chester under the previous administration, there were $7,000 of fraudulent checks that were written. I have affidavits here of unauthorized checks and forged withdrawals. These checks were not written off at the time. They had to be written off after I got here. They happened in October of 2023. They have the former supervisor's signature on it, and it was notarized as well. There definitely were banking issues back then, which we had to address and fix. In addition, I understand there were reports that the controls were great prior to me arriving. RBT, your town accountants, did an agreed upon procedures of internal controls over the town's purchasing and cash disbursements process. So to give you an update on controls, I think it's important for us to understand where we started and where we are now. So I'm going to go through in summary of this report here so people understand exactly what was occurring prior to me arriving, and that way it becomes clear as to what we actually did with obviously the supervisor and the board's assistance. The town's purchasing policy or procurement policy was incomplete, and the town was not paying bills in a timely manner. The accounts payable clerk should not be filling out vouchers on her own. It should be the claimant to ensure goods or services are received. The AP clerk was entering all vouchers, often up until a few hours before the meeting, providing no time for the board to properly review the bills. Monthly reports were not being provided to department heads. I understand that after the bookkeeper left, that they weren't being provided, but prior to her leaving, they were. Vouchers were missing from the control numbers that were being provided to the board and within Edmunds. The total amount of claims being approved was never mentioned at board meetings. Check stubs were not being matched to vouchers being paid. Although the board was required to approve bill payments, there were bills paid outside this process. Budget lines were being over encumbered without budget adjustments. The accounts payable clerk had full access to the town's accounting and reporting system, including payroll. Town employees were not trained properly on the town's purchasing process as well as the town's procurement policy. There was no formal process for cash disbursements. The bookkeeper was issuing checks, stamping the checks with the supervisor's signature stamp, and reconciling bank accounts. This represents a huge lack of segregation of duties. Journal entries were not being reviewed or improved by anyone. Bank and petty cash accounts were not being reconciled properly with the general ledger or in a timely manner. We saw this by the fact that we had to hire an outside consultant to do 9 months of bank recs. The town wasn't using proper coding and didn't have proper general ledger accounts. Time vouchers were being prepared by employees by hand on the honor system. The payroll clerk would enter into the system as given. Payroll clerk would print checks and stamp the supervisor's signature on them. The payroll clerk would upload direct deposit file herself to the bank. Payroll clerk would move the money in the bank herself. The lack of background checks for town employees, which led to the hiring of my predecessor, who was arrested this past February for theft and fraud. Supervisor would sign a one-sheet certification manually created, not from the finance software, stating that the payroll amount, filled in by the payroll clerk with no backup attached. The supervisor would sign off on the majority of timesheets for many departments, including the PAC, Parks Department, and Water Department. 2 entire sets of bank accounts were there for all funds. Often to move money from one bank to another, a handwritten check was written by the bookkeeper and used a supervisor stamp to sign it. Money was moved between accounts without review of the supervisor. All of these represent serious control issues within this town.
And were a lot of these things mentioned in the report that was done? Or all of these-
These were all mentioned in the
they were all
report,
mentioned.
with the exception of some of the payroll ones, which I discovered when I showed up.
So
Okay.
it's not something you just came up with. This is something that
Yes,
was done
this,
by audit?
yes, this is
By
done
audit.
by the agreed upon procedures that the prior supervisor had asked RBT to do.
I just want to clarify
Yes.
that.
So
Thank
these
you.
were not my observations. Since January of 2024, the accounting department has been diligent in correcting a lot of these control issues. We moved the town's disbursement account to positive pay to ensure that no more fraudulent checks can be cashed against it. We implemented positive pay on ACH and wire transfers, ensuring the proper authorization and access to bank accounts. It was observed by me when I came in that there were previous supervisors and employees that still had access to town bank accounts that were no longer employed with the town, creating a structured timeline for payables and disbursements and ensuring that all employees were aware of it and to ensure that all bills are paid in a timely manner. Implemented a requisition process. All departments now have the accounting admin software. All departments now are responsible for their own purchase orders, which include approvals by department heads. All purchase orders are reviewed by the deputy comptroller and audited by the town comptroller. The town board receives the accounts payable abstract either the Friday or Monday prior to the board meeting, giving them plenty of time to review the abstract, as well as purchase orders prior to payment. The amounts being paid are announced at each town board meeting. The supervisor signs each check and compares the checks to the check register and the abstract to ensure the information is the same. We do not use an auto signature
I'm
in this
thankful for
town
that
anymore.
because from the old process that we used to do, coming in, signing the day of meeting, us getting this documentation ahead of time gives us more time to review and view things.
Correct. Each signed check is then matched to the purchase order prior to being mailed. This signifies that each purchase order is reviewed by at least 7 people before going out the door, right? Much different than the past process that we had here. The restructured accounting department eliminated the accounts payable position and created a deputy comptroller position to ensure those duties remain segregated and that oversight were maintained moving forward and to ensure cross-training as recommended by the RBT for control purposes. We revised the town's procurement policy, which hadn't been updated since 2017, and ensured each department has the policy and is aware and is been trained on the policy. We revised and or created an investment policy as well as an asset capitalization policy, which were both recommended by RBT. We caught up on bank reconciliations, which were 9 months behind, and we have segregated banking duties. Bank reconciliations are completed by the deputy comptroller, reviewed by the town comptroller and town supervisor. Treasury banking functions completed by the town comptroller and reviewed by the town supervisor. ACH and wire transfers require 2 people to complete and then reviewed by the town supervisor. The comptroller monitors bank accounts on a daily basis. Journal entries are completed by the comptroller and deputy comptroller and reviewed by the town supervisor. Town updated and expanded its chart of accounts. We now utilize proper New York State account codes. We have updated budgeting and analysis. We're providing detailed monthly reports to the supervisor and town board to include monthly cash summary. We completed 3 years of financial statement audits and AFRs to the state comptroller's office within 1 year. We restructured the accounting department, updated policies and procedures to ensure segregation of duties and proper review and oversight of everything that is being done and produced. Each department has access to the Edmunds accounting system and has the ability to run and review department budget to actual reports in order to effectively manage their budgets. This also includes training for each department. Within payroll, we have no more paper vouchers. Employees, with the exception of highway and police, are now on pay clock. Department heads now approve monthly time cards through pay clock. Timesheets are then reviewed and approved by the town supervisor. Town supervisor physically signs checks. Money is moved by the town comptroller. Background checks for all employees. And we are still implementing a number of different controls related to payroll. Deputy comptroller will be auditing payroll moving forward. We created a database in order to track police payroll in accordance with the audit recommendations. The highway payroll tracking, we need to discuss with the board, and we're still continuing our pay clock build out. The budget is reviewed on an ongoing basis, and budget amendments are being carried out on a timely basis. All budget amendments are approved by the supervisor with the exception of where the board needs to approve. The current town supervisor also had the foresight to understand the risks associated with cyber crimes and implemented a cyber insurance policy. As you can see now, we have segregated duties, increased controls and oversight, and nothing leaves the accounting office without multiple reviews. It is important to understand that as accountants, we do everything we can to mitigate risk and put in place controls to try to prevent theft and fraud. And when we can't prevent it, we want to detect it in a timely manner. Municipal theft and fraud ranks 3rd in the US in all fraud cases. So I can't understate the need for controls and oversight. Since January 2024, since I assumed the position as comptroller here in Chester, the town had 5 incidents ranging from fraudulent checks, wash checks, and bank fraud. In 4 of those cases, the town's controls worked and prevented any loss to the town. Unfortunately, the 5th case, we did not. The recent theft reported in the news was a new type of social engineering fraud for which the town was just alerted to at the time of the incident. Our vendor's email was hacked and the town was sent fraudulent banking instructions. We were not the only customer that this occurred with. The town's detection controls worked and the accounting department caught the fraud in less than 24 hours. We immediately notified our banking partners, reported it to local authorities, and connected with the FBI in both New York and Alaska. Because of the prompt detection of the fraud, and in working with our FBI's asset recovery team, the town was able to recover almost half of the funds stolen. And I am confident that the town will be covered for the remainder by the town's cyber insurance policy. I am not sure why Mid-Hudson News singled our municipality out for this story, as every municipality in the country has to deal with fraud on a daily basis. And when it came to our controls, it didn't take 2 years for us to find it, like some municipalities. This is a main topic at every municipal finance conference as they speak about the need for not only prevention controls, but detection controls. As a result of this incident, the town and its vendors have implemented a new control that all banking instructions now come over password protected, and we need to contact the vendor to get the password to ensure the instructions being sent are valid. I wish I could say the town won't be attacked again, but that is unrealistic. As you can see, we did a significant amount to mitigate risk and implemented both prevention and detection controls. At the end of the day, the controls we had in place worked as intended, and I am proud of everything our department has accomplished in such a short period of time. Thank you. If anybody has any questions, I'm here to
No.
answer them.
Good
Just wanna
job,
Thank
Neil.
you for all that you've done.
Yep, thank you.
Are there any questions about the recent theft or anything?
No,
No, fully understood how it happened, why it happened, and problems being corrected.
Can you explain to the board what the next step is on that in terms of our insurance?
The next step we are waiting for, so we have to wait 90 days to receive a fraud report from Webster. Once we receive that report, which as I understand it should be coming in the next week or two, we'll submit that to our insurance carrier who is patiently waiting for it, and they should process our claim at that point in time.
So we'll be whole when this is done.
Hopefully, yes. I would assume so. I'm pretty
That's dope.
confident that that will
Is
happen.
there any deductible on anything like that?
Yes, there's a $5,000 deductible.
So the worst case scenario, we'll lose 5,000 in that.
Yes. But it's, you know, as I said, you know, prior to the supervisor coming in and this board, we didn't even have a cyber policy.
The accounting department was a train wreck. I mean, that was very clear.
Correct.
I don't know how
So,
else to put it, but just be one.
so we've organized everything. We made sure that there's more than one person reviewing everything. You know, we have segregation of duties. There is no reason why we would fall behind again. Everything is remaining current. And as you heard with RBT, who did, obviously, they go through, when they do their audit, they go through and test controls prior to doing their audit. And as you saw, they had no comments on our controls. They said that our controls are pretty
Adequate.
solid at this point in
Mhm.
time. So I don't really think that we have anything to be concerned about, but obviously, we talk about controls every day in my office. So that is
Oh.
something we are constantly talking about and staying on top of, you know, in case something new like this social engineering comes up again, we want to make sure that we're on top of it.
Stay diligent.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank
absolutely.
you.
thanks,
Thank you
Neil.
very much.
Was there any comment on that online, Michelle?
No supervisor.
Thank you. We'll move on then. The Chester Senior Independence Program submitted another report. Just 2 neighbors were assisted this month. 1 volunteer was assisting this month. 6 services were provided. It was about 3.5 hours, so that's pretty low compared to our recent months here. The value of the volunteer time was about $117. Everybody can see the report online if they so wish. And then the building department was a tad bit late this month with their report, but they submitted it for the second meeting. There were 24 new building permits, 29 closed building permits. We are at a total of 286 open building permits. In 2025, there is 108. In 2024 and earlier, it's 178. I'd like to note that I think when I started this job as supervisor and with this new town board, at the beginning, I believe we were over the 400 or 500 mark. Yeah, 400 something mark for total open building permits and expired permits and such. So I think they're doing an incredible job down there, getting everything up to snuff. 52 total inspections, 7 total complaints, and 11 municipal searches, and then some ongoing investigations and complaints. Thank you to the building department. Are there any other reports today by any of the councilmen?
Yeah, I have some stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so Muna Basin preliminary budget will be out for our committee to review soon. And one item in particular that's going to be on this is addressing the need for a new generator at Lake Hill Farms. We need to replace a unit due to its age. It is something that is original to the district and is not worth repairing at this point. Also, at our Sugarloaf Water District, we have tried numerous things to get a clear answer to the discolored water at the well close to the plant with no simple fix available. So we are currently going to go through a permit process with the Orange County Health Department to possibly drill a new well. We are also experiencing issues with underground wiring going to the primary well that's being used right now. And we're in process of getting those lines replaced. And I'd also like to mention that Pat Taggart replaced both of our sump pumps downstairs here at the clerk's office. He had noticed the other day that one was running continuously. I came over, did some searching with him. We determined that one was completely not working. The other one was not working properly. So he managed to change both of them for us. And I want to thank him for that. That's it for me.
Very good.
I just have a couple of things.
Sure.
Planning board, we still have 2 open positions on the planning board that need to be filled. I have not received an update recently as to how they're doing that. Brandon, have you heard anything?
I have not, and to be honest with you, with what was going on in my life, I completely forgot about that. So
Yeah,
I will email Jackie right now and
Yeah.
see what's going on.
okay. Is there any update on the Chester Common lighting? Is there anything
Yes.
new on that?
So we are scheduled to have them come in and put up the lights that we already bought. The engineer, the school staff who was assisting us with the device, and Rotolo went out there, and they believe that the system that we already have should be able to handle the lights that we have. They don't believe that we need the 400 amp service any longer. So what they're going to do is they're going to put up all the lights, see if it trips the system. If it does, then what they're going to do is just take down a few of the fixtures on each pole, 1 or 2 fixtures. And then that should be enough to allow us to stay with a 200 amp service, in which case we will not need to spend additional funds on the 400 upgrade.
So did they do an assessment to make sure all the wiring is correct and
Yes.
everything? Okay, that's good.
The engineer will be on site. The school staff who want to help us will be on site, and Rotolo will obviously be there. to do the work.
So was there ever an approval for the additional funds needed to do this part of this project?
No, this is all covered under the 40K or so that we already approved.
All right.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
all, okay.
As
very
far as,
good.
yes.
One last thing, Brandon, could you give us an update on Sugarloaf sidewalks, where we stand with that project?
We should be breaking ground this week, or if not, early next week. We've been waiting for the
Contractor?
for the contractor to get back to us about when they wanted to start. They said they were going to do it this week, but they obviously wanted to give the public some notice first, so people can be aware and move their cars if necessary and be just plan for it. But we have not received that, so it's already halfway through the week. I have John Queenan calling them basically every day, saying what's going on. We want to get this started, so it should be at the end of this week or early next week, I imagine at this time. But I did tell them that I want enough time for notice to be put out, so people can be ready for it.
Right.
But,
Just one reminder that we still need to resolve the maintenance of sidewalks, so we need to put that on our list.
Yeah,
on
no-
the
Make
list.
sure.
Now
Yeah,
that the
okay.
comprehensive plan
Very good.
is submitted, and we're, as of tonight, Liz is going to be freed up to do a lot of other homework.
Okay,
So,
that's all I have. Thank you.
yes. I had just thought of something while you were talking, and now I forgot it. Oh, Glenn, I see that you're here. So I
You were
wanted
forgotten-
to
forgotten
give you
so
the
quick.
opportunity to give a report from the county if you had one. If you wanted to update the public on anything.
I really don't, just want to thank you for last week, the CDBG grant.
Yes.
At the park, everything went well, and it looks like that'll be approved.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
So,
Wonderful.
Looks like a good program, and your engineer was there, and
So for those of you at home who don't understand what we're talking about, CDBG is a grant opportunity from the county. And last year, we were awarded a $95,000 grant from the county for ADA pathways through Carpenter Park. That was based on an idea between me and the town board and the engineer there and the park staff, so that pathway is going to stretch around the baseball field or near the playground area and back out to the to the parking lot. And then phase two, our thought was to upgrade the, I had a meeting with the park staff about this, upgrade the the dugout there, not the dugout, the snack stand, the bathrooms and stuff, making it ADA accessible, modernizing it, and then also adding lighting to the parking lot itself, so people can see properly. So that's phase two, and we just heard it here first from our county legislator that we may, we're looking pretty favorable to get awarded for that. So I spoke to Nicole Anderson from the county, and she said that we should expect an awarded decision, an actual formal letter telling us yay or nay around the first week of November is when she said that you guys would vote on it. So
And that goes out to you and your
yeah,
county staff for having everything in order and prepared, project ready, which hasn't just recently, that looks like a good project.
this town board and I are very keen on upgrading our parks and investing in things for our children and all that. So
That's federal money coming back to Chester.
Yes.
If you don't do the right paperwork, we'll go somewhere else.
absolutely.
That's your money coming back to you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Glenn.
Thanks, Glenn.
Yeah. All right. Sure. I'll take it.
Before we go much further, I just have a public comment from Lydia Quadros. Please clarify which Sugarloaf well has discolored water. Well 2 or 3 or the new well recently drilled? And are you using backup well for Sugarloaf?
Tom.
We've been using the backup well since last year because of discolored water. And we've gone through quite a process to try to figure out where the discolored water has come from. We've had well drillers, hydrogeologist has looked at it. So we've gone through quite a process, and the follow-up indication on this, the only answer that they can give us is to try to drill a new well and replace the well that we would normally use has been out of service because of that discolored water.
I spoke to the water department, and he said that the issue was that it was seeping in through the clay.
Well,
Or-
what happened was possibly a new vein opened up into the existing well casing or whatever, and it's allowed cloudy water from a clay vein. It's something that may have happened in a well in Goshen recently. I was told, I'm not sure if that's true or not, but so it's just something that's happened in the past at other locations, and we just happen to have the same issue, and we don't have a lot of options other than to try to drill a new well in the same location and hopefully not hit that same vein.
Yeah.
So it's just something we're working towards right now, and we have to make sure that we have the funds in order to do it, because again, we need to run the new wiring to the well that we're using now to make sure it keeps tripping the breakers. So we have to make sure that that's operational for us to use.
Yeah. Luckily, in our conversation, he also spoke about how he is very confident that we should not worry about a drought situation since we have the 2 wells up anyway.
Yeah, either one will supply everything we need, but the issue is the cloudy water. And
Yeah.
we want to avoid using that because of the aesthetics of it. Safe to drink, everything's good with it, but the aesthetics are not favorable to the residents.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she just followed up with, you drilled a new well 2 years ago. Can you use that?
It hasn't been permitted yet, and we would have to do a pretty extensive thing with DEC to get that done. So it's another cost. So we're trying to work with what we have before we spend additional money. I mean, it's something we could do in the future, but we don't want to expend money on that now until we get everything to where it's got to be.
So drilling, in other words, drilling a new well in the same area as one of the existing wells is more cost effective than trying to get.
Well, it's the fact that that other well is so close to the well we're using now, it's going to limit the amount of water you would be permitted from it anyway.
Right.
What we would do in this case would be to discontinue the discolored water well and rely on a new well if we can get the significant amount of water we need for that.
And then we have the review process for the new well.
All right. Is there anything else, Michelle, before we move on?
And
Okay.
all these things that we're discussing right here have also gone through our engineer also for his input, and he is basically on board with everything we're trying to do as far as replacing wires, looking at a new source as far as that new well. So he's aware of it, and so it's not like we're making decisions without other people looking at this too to make sure we're doing the right thing.
And I just have one more from Lydia. Why aren't you using well 2?
We only have 2 wells. And if you consider well number 1 as the well that's closest to the plant, that's the one we can't use because of discolored water. Well number 2 would be the well with the E. coli in it. That's what we're currently using with the
treatment.
systems that we have in place to be able to run that well.
So it is being used.
So it's been used since last year with no issues.
It's testing all right.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're gonna move
We
on.
pass all of our Part 5 testing.
Yeah. Moving on.
All right, is there a motion to open the public hearing on introductory local law 9?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is there any public comment on introductory local law 9?
I have nothing.
All right, Liz?
Want me to offer a brief explanation?
Yeah.
Okay. This board had previously adopted a moratorium on battery energy storage facilities because you didn't have any provisions to regulate them in the code. We adopted a temporary moratorium which expires shortly, and we're asking for a brief extension of that moratorium. This has been referred to Orange County Department of Planning pursuant to 239, the indicated local determination. It is a type 2 action because it's a moratorium. Just so the public is aware, the next 3 resolutions will be introducing the proposed zoning amendments, which include as Article 11, the battery energy storage, the proposed battery energy storage regulations. So this is a brief extension of that moratorium so that we can conclude that public process.
All right, are there any comments from the board?
No, I'm good.
All right, is there a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I was, because I was focused on the comprehensive plan, I did not have a nicely typed out resolution. This would be, if you choose to adopt it this evening, it would be adopted as local law 10 of 2025. It is a type 2 action, so you have no seeker.
All right, is there a motion to accept or pass the local law?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Linda, I'll type up a formal one and get that to you for the minutes.
All right. Resolution to introduce and refer the draft comprehensive plan.
So I'm going to do 9, 10, and 11 on the agenda
Okay.
in rapid succession. As the board is aware, it appointed a comprehensive plan committee right at the incoming administration in January of 2024. The comprehensive plan committee has worked for the better part of a year and made referral to the town board in December of 2024. The board accepted the draft comprehensive plan in January of 2025. At that time, you instructed your consultants, both Lincoln Tully and my office, to prepare draft zoning amendments and the necessary seeker documents, which we have done. So tonight, there are 3 resolutions before you. The first is, and I will read all 3, but in summary, the first is to introduce and refer the draft comprehensive plan. The second is a resolution to introduce and refer the draft zoning amendments. And then the next is a resolution to declare the Town of Chester Town Board as lead agency for the purposes of seeker. All right, so here we go. I got some reading to do. Whereas the Town of Chester Town Board established a comprehensive planning committee hereinafter the committee pursuant to Town Law Section 272-A. And whereas the committee, together with the town's planning consultant, Lincoln Tully Engineering PC, has spent the past year evaluating existing development patterns and preparing a draft comprehensive plan. And by resolution dated December 18th, 2024, the committee recommended the proposed comprehensive plan to the Town of Chester Town Board. And whereas by resolution dated January 22nd, 2025, the town board acknowledged receipt of the draft comprehensive plan and directed Lincoln Tully Engineering in the law office of Elizabeth Cassidy to prepare draft zoning amendments in accordance with the recommendations of the draft comprehensive plan. And now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby introduces the draft comprehensive plan to be considered simultaneously with the draft zoning law amendments. Be it further resolved that the draft comprehensive plan shall be referred to the Orange County Department of Planning for review pursuant to GML 239, Section 239M of the General Municipal Law. Be it further resolved that a public hearing shall be held on October 22nd, 2025 at 6:45 p.m. or as soon thereafter as may be heard in Town Hall located at 1786 Kings Highway, Chester, New York, 10918. The town clerk is directed to cause notice to be published in the official newspaper at least 10 days in advance of the hearing. Before the board takes action on that, the reason the date is set out so far is that pursuant to your code, the planning board has a 62-day review period. That puts us at the end of September. And then our first meeting is one of the minor Jewish holidays, and I thought that in an abundance of caution, we would schedule it for for the second meeting in October to avoid that conflict and give the planning board sufficient time. So if I may have that, that's motion number one.
Is there a motion to introduce and refer the draft comprehensive plan?
Motion.
Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Resolution introductory local law 10 of 2025, a local law to conform the town code to the comprehensive plan. Whereas the town of Chester has undergone a comprehensive planning process, which included the development of a draft comprehensive plan together with a draft zoning law to implement the goals of the comprehensive plan. Whereas the town of Chester Comprehensive Plan Committee has referred a draft comprehensive plan to the town board by resolution dated December 18th, 2024, and the town board has accepted such referral. Whereas the town board desires to consider the zoning simultaneously with the comprehensive plan to ensure the zoning is consistent with the newly adopted comprehensive plan and to streamline environmental review. Now therefore be it resolved that introductory local law 10 of 2024, entitled a local law to conform the town code to the comprehensive plan, is hereby introduced before the town board of the town of Chester. Be it further resolved that said local law, together with the accompanying environmental review, shall be referred to the town of Chester Planning Board in accordance with section 98-39 for its review and written recommendation. Be it further resolved that said local law, together with the draft comprehensive plan and accompanying environmental review, shall be referred to the Orange County Department of Planning, the respective clerks of the towns of Warwick, Goshen, Blooming Grove, and Monroe, and the Village of Florida, and the clerk of the Orange County Legislature and Palisades Interstate Park Commission in accordance with General Municipal Law, Section 239 and sequential. Be it further resolved that a public hearing shall be held on October 22nd, 2025 at 6:45 p.m. or as soon thereafter as may be heard in the town of Chester Town Hall, located at 1786 Kings Highway, Chester, New York, 10918. Said hearing to be held simultaneously as the public hearing on the comprehensive plan. Be it further resolved that the town clerk shall cause public notice to be published in the official newspaper of the town at least 10 days prior to the hearing date in accordance with section 98-39C of the town of Chester Code.
Would that be local law number 11? Because you just gave 10 to
So
the
we have,
energy.
when we have local, this is the intro. So they're
Okay.
two sets of numbers. So when I introduce a local law with you, I give it the next sequential number.
Okay,
When it becomes adopted, it gets whatever the
Right.
next sequential
What's in it?
number.
Okay.
So
Right.
this is the 10th introductory local law of this year.
very good.
Would I need to send it to the Village of Chester as well?
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness.
Good point, Linda.
How did I miss that one? Village.
It's okay. We'll get it in there.
You have to refer to it. You're right in smack dab middle of everybody. You have to refer to a lot of municipalities.
Mhm, Exactly.
Yes.
All right. Any other comments on this?
No.
No,
Is there a motion to accept?
motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Next.
Okay, resolution to declare lead agency pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act, often called SEEKR. Whereas the adoption of the comprehensive plan and townwide zoning amendment is a type 1 action pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act. Whereas the proposed action will not require permits and approvals from any other local, regional, state, or federal agencies prior to adoption, and coordinated SEEKR review is not required. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby declares itself as lead agency pursuant to SEEKR and further declares that the proposed comprehensive plan and zoning amendments constitute a type 1 action. And before you make your motion, I just want to be clear, the agencies that we are referring, they have a review and advisory position. They do not have a voting position. So that's why
Okay.
the text of this reads that there's no other approval. Okay.
All right. Is there any comment?
No,
Is there a motion
motion.
I'll second.
to accept the resolution?
There's a motion and a second.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And so that both the board and the public are aware, I'm in the process of coordinating, I believe it may have already happened, but will certainly be by tomorrow. The draft documents that have been introduced tonight, together with red lines of each article. The red lines have been done article by article rather than a 200-page red line, will be available for public review on the website.
Okay.
It's there.
Oh, see, Linda's so good.
Yeah.
She got it there within 15 minutes of
Right.
the email.
Liz, I'd just like to thank you and Kristen for all your efforts on this. It's greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else with this? Seeing none, introductory local law number 7, the Surrey Meadow stop signs. So I understand that it was discussed at the last meeting, but it was tabled. I have a email here that I promised the resident that I would read before we began our discussion. Give me 1 second. All right. Supervisor Holdridge and the town of Chester, Town Board. My name is Matt Murray, and I live on the corner of Surrey Road and June Road. I apologize for not being able to attend the meeting regarding this matter, as I have work commitments that evening. I'm writing this letter to voice my opposition to removing the 2 stop signs on Surrey Road at the intersection of June Road. The way people drive in Surrey Meadows is a serious problem, and I believe that removing stop signs will not solve that issue. This intersection is not a straightaway. It's at a crest of the hill on Surrey, and people continuously drive over that hill at a high rate of speed. Even with the stop signs, people continue not to stop there. I believe that the placement of the signs could be improved, as trees or brushes often block them, or bushes often block them. Perhaps painting a white line on the road or the word stop could help with that. I have 2 young children, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I was pleased to see the stop signs and efforts to slow down cars near my house were installed last year. I invite any of the board members to come to my home and watch how cars drive through this intersection. Removing these stop signs will only worsen the problem, and I worry about the danger that it may cause. 4 houses are at this corner, and I am the only one with small children. I understand that people see them as an inconvenience, but I see it as something that could save one of my children from being hurt in the future. If you have any questions or would like to discuss this further, I have included my phone number at the bottom of this email. Once again, I apologize for not being able to attend tonight. I hope that you will consider this before voting to remove these signs. So I will say, just for review, that this local law had it to remove the 2 signs on Surrey Road, mainly because of the complaint of one of the houses at the corner. And then it was going to add 1 sign at the end of Vivian Lane and 1 side at the end of Bridle. That is the purpose of the local law. I don't like disappointing people, but after reading this email, I don't know how I could justify removing the 2 signs personally. But I wanted to hear what the other members of the board have to say about all this.
I think there's value for the signs there. We spent a fair amount of time on this whole issue. And quite frankly, I can't see having the town spend any more money on this. It costs you money, even though you don't have to buy a sign, it costs you money, labor and stuff to remove something or install something. I can't see spending any more money on this. I think where the signs are fine. And I think we let it lie and as it is.
Yeah, I agree with Larry, being a resident of Surrey Meadows. I think our objective was to try to, I know for sure on Park and Surrey, to try to slow the traffic down, and I have seen a difference in that. I mean, people might not agree with that, but I think we leave it as it is for now. I think Matt makes a good point on getting some of the trimming done, because there is that 1 stop sign is hidden by overgrown tree. I think we trim that up and let's leave it for now and then we can we can always reevaluate it down the road. But I think we achieved what we were looking to do. I mean, our original plan was to reduce the speed limit, but to no avail with the state. They won't change the speed limit. So we had to try to do something to mitigate the issue. So.
Are there any other thoughts on the Surrey Road stop signs?
I'd like to leave them myself. My thought process from the beginning had been, they're there now, and I think it could cause an issue with removal, with, an intersection now that has 3 stop signs. When you take 2 out, people are going to assuming that people are going to stop. I feel it as a safety concern. Once you've done something, you shouldn't remove it unless there is another safety concern, which I think it's more of it's not a safety concern, the removal. It's more of an aesthetic type thing where somebody's just unhappy with what takes place at the intersection when cars stop.
Tony?
I actually stopped over there to see how much traffic was going by, and it did slow down quite a bit.
All right. Given that there is a clear majority, is there a motion to amend the local law to strike out the section regarding removing the 2 stop signs on Surrey Road?
Yes.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Given that, we have the other 2, Vivian and Bridal, which I think are clear and everybody's kind of agreed on, unless I'm mistaken.
In an abundance of caution, which is fine, if that's your desire, I would hold, because you've made a substantial amendment to the local law, I would renotice a public hearing for your next meeting. I know that sounds overkill, but because we've made a significant amendment to the local law, I'd rather hold the public hearing for the avoidance of doubt.
All right. Is there a motion to renotice the public hearing for August,
You can have it at
the next one?
because it's a 5-week month, so you'll have an extra 3 weeks between now and.
Oh, we do? No. Oh, yeah, we do. We have 2 weeks. Look at that.
So you have more time, that gives a little bit more time.
Yeah. All right. So is there a motion to table this for now and renotice a public hearing for it with the amended language at on the August 13th?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So just to be clear, for my instructions, I'm presenting Linda with an amended local law
Yes.
that does not alter the current stop signs on Surrey Road at June Road, but we are leaving the proposed additional stop signs at Vivian and Surrey and Bridal in Surrey. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm deleting this language.
Yes.
Okay. And then local
And
law.
just to be clear, the 2 that are going in on Vivian and Bridal, we're not creating a 3-way stop
No,
sign.
it's
Yeah.
just
Just a one stop sign
Can I
at the end of each road.
Can I make a comment on Vivian?
Yeah.
I think we need to rethink that one, because if you're coming out of Vivian, you're making a right, you're going up to Surrey. If you're making a left, you're going down one house, now you're at another stop sign. You have a 2-way stop on Park and Surrey.
Yeah, I would have to. I'd be hard pressed to come off from that. I had like the most amount of complaints that I had was from that intersection. I had people veering out of Vivian at like light speed. So I would be hard pressed to come off from that.
Just my thought.
Yeah.
My
I guess
comment,
we can discuss it more at the public hearing and see what people have to say, or we can have that debate then.
Moving on.
All right. Are you all set on your instructions?
Yes.
Cool.
Did we have the motion to?
Yeah, we did.
set the
Yes.
public hearing?
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Highway Department request to replace, I made a mistake. I didn't have to add this into new business, so we can just cross that out from the new business there. Highway Department request to replace the 50-year-old windows for $11,050. This was budgeted for. This is not new spending. So Donna did submit records showing that she did make a good faith effort to get different prices from 2 other companies. They did not get back to her.
She got one.
She did get one?
Yeah.
I must have misheard that.
I think it was like 20.
Oh, yes, she had a verbal quote. That's what it was, for, where is this? Yes, sorry, it's right in front of my face. $20,635. So it's almost double the price. And then, the third, they did not get back to her in time. So with that being said, are there any comments or questions on this?
No.
All right, seeing none, is there a motion to accept the requests and authorize the payment and all
Yeah, I'll
that?
make the motion for
Second.
the replacement of windows.
All right, there's a motion to second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes. All right. Parks and Rec Department request for a new shed, budgeted for at $7,000. They had 3 quotes here. Let me just pull up. Kristen had a,
Yeah, the Parks Department was interested in the Superior sheds at the 7,000.
yeah, I'm just trying to. Yes, he had suggested Superior sheds.
Yep.
Are there any comments or questions on this? I know I had a comment from a community member saying that we should just do a shipping container instead. But
I don't know if the look of that's going
yeah,
to go
I
along
think
with
that
our park.
Yeah, it
And then-
doesn't fit in too well.
yeah,
Even though it's sturdy and everything else, you can put a lot in there, but
Just
Pat-
aesthetically, it's not a,
for the park, yeah, I don't know if that's a good fit. And then they had mentioned that it's cheaper and you can install air conditioning. Pat said that if we really want to, we can install air conditioning in the shed, and probably easier because it's wood instead of.
well, they're using
Metal.
it to store equipment, so they don't
Right.
need
you
it.
don't need air
Because
conditioning.
it wouldn't need air conditioning.
I know.
So,
I just
Well, not
I just
necessary.
wanted to address it. All right, is
I'll-
there a motion to accept the Superior Shed quote at $7,000?
I'll make the motion, please.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, Sugarloaf Community Foundation request to use billboard for the 5K advertising. Everybody's seen the emails on this. Are there any
Yep.
questions or comments?
Well, I got a couple comments to make. Basically, our code reads that this is for public service announcements. So I don't think it should be mentioned as an advertisement.
Sure.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's,
so it shouldn't, if it's a public service announcement, that's what it's used for. That's what it's written in our code for the use of these things. And also, if we're going to post this, I don't want it to be the only thing that's put on the board. I think it should be in conjunction with what's already, it should be on a rotation with what's
Yeah.
already there.
that's. the
I
word
just want to make that point. So
Yeah,
if we're
no,
doing
it's-
this,
It's there's definitely rotation.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to be clear, and
Uh-huh.
I think the point needs to be made that public service announcements are what this is for, not for advertisement.
I will use that language in the future.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments or questions?
No.
Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, resolution to accept the consent judgment agreement with the Sugarloaf Square Incorporated. Everybody's received the email from John Schuler on this, or
Yeah.
not John, Charlie, yes, Charlie. Does anybody have any questions or anything about it?
No.
This is the
No.
tax certiorari,
Yep.
did I say that word right?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
she did.
So, this is a regular occurrence with some of these commercial properties. They try to get money back on their reassessments and such. So this is just that. And I believe, what did this come out to? Yeah, they had a reduction in value by $104,000. I don't know where it is that.
I can't open it.
I think in this day and age, everything would be going up. Not down.
Yeah.
No. That's 2 fingers here.
I don't
You
see
got-
the
Let me
amount.
see the email.
It is a reduction.
So that's the reduction in the assessed value.
Yeah,
If
I was just looking for the amount that we might have to pay back. I don't see it in here.
Sometimes if you agree to the reduction, sometimes
There's no payback.
there's no payback. Full settlement.
I
Yeah,
don't see
no, so there's no required payback refund.
Cool. So no refund, it appears, just a reassessment. So with that being said, are there any other questions or comments?
No.
Is there a motion to accept the agreement?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, budget modification request to transfer $1,000 from the supervisor's supply line to the equipment line for the purchase of a new printer for the office. Are there any comments or questions?
No.
No.
Is there a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, a resolution to purchase the 4 90 by 90 winter tarps for Chester Commons Field. So I have a email from Kristen. This is already budgeted for. This is to allow for the grass to grow and stay safe during the winter. We're going to use 3 tarps for the midsection of the field and keep a 4th on for what's it called, an extra tarp in case we need it for another section of the field or to replace one if one gets damaged. Are there any comments or questions about it so far?
I guess the only question I would have is the spare tarp, and then I guess the tarps, when it's spring, we have a safe place for storing them.
Yes, yeah, no, that would go in storage, yes. And they're going to buy the correct. The school is helping us on it. They're advising on it. They're going to buy the correct.
Anchors.
Storage.
No,
The anchors?
yes, anchors. Thank you, Larry. For them to make sure that they don't blow away.
Are they also referencing the school on the storage? So when they're stored, mice or whatever doesn't get in and?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are advising us on basically everything with this.
Okay.
The school uses Beacon Athletics, but Pat had wanted DF Supply. So it's up to us to decide what we want. I think it kind of comes down to money at that point. I think that's why Pat had suggested that. So it's up to us.
I guess my question would be, is there any different, is it the same tarp or is there a
Yes,
different?
same exact tarp.
Same-
Same size and all that.
There's no difference in quality since there's a difference in price.
Not that I know of. With that being said, is there a motion, I guess, to accept DF Supply since it's the cheaper option?
I'll make the motion.
And we would need to do a second motion to allocate an extra, $33. Because we had it budgeted at 7,500 and then the DF Supply is 7,533.
I have a question. The cover sports is 6717.
Uh-huh.
Is that the same product that DF Supply is providing?
I imagine it's similar, but this was Pat's suggestion was DF Supply and Beacon Athletics was the school supply. So that one wasn't recommended for one reason or another. I'm imagining that there had something to do with the quality or something with the.
Okay, I'm just wondering
Yeah.
if it's the same product or not.
Mhm. I believe it is. I just imagine that there are some differences or maybe something that has to do with the company itself not being recommended.
I think the cover sports didn't include shipping. Maybe that's the difference. I'm okay with DF Supply.
Well, because of the amount of questions, I think I might just hold off and table it just so we have it all together because there is a question mark here next to shipping for DF Supply as well. So
Okay.
I'm gonna
Clarify.
motion to table it and we'll get it on the next one.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's not something they need right now anyway. so-
No, yeah, we don't need it till the winter anyway, so. Sugarloaf Arts Collective requests to submit blanket fee for the Sugarloaf Beer and Wine Festival. I believe we already started. Yeah, so like we already started collecting from the vendors. So at this point, I had a discussion with Matt already this morning, and he's fine with us just leaving all this off of it because they already started sending out or sending in the fees for the.
Also, the request is too close to the event. We've
Yeah.
got to get these requests for earlier events next week.
All right, so
Okay.
motion to table indefinitely.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we have a training request from Chief Dollinger to attend the International Association of Chiefs of Police from October 18th to the 21st, and a total cost being $2,210. Are there any questions or comments on that?
No.
All right, is there a motion to accept the request and
Motion.
authorize the request?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Enjoy, Chief.
He doesn't look thrilled.
Where is that again? Is that in Chicago? Denver.
Denver,
That should be fun.
Denver in October.
You can go see the Broncos.
Bring your snowshoes.
Oh, it's
All right. Resolution to approve Andrina Wolf as a film camp co-lead, Jonathan Stone as a counselor, and Kiana? Kiani. Yes, Keys as a counselor. Co-leads are paid at $500 per week, and counselors are paid at $1,550. These are on top of the others that we already
Yeah.
approved, but
Yep.
yeah, we already did this.
Yeah, I'll make the motion on this.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. I just want you to know that the film camp has 20 kids in it that are grades 3 through 9, so it's a little bit busy over there sometimes.
Good.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Just one amendment, can you backdate for them starting on Monday?
Yes, is there a motion to backdate the pay and the date?
I'll
start
make that
for
motion.
Monday.
Second.
All in favor?
All those in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. That was 7:21. All right, Highway Department request for the accounting department to create a mechanic position and hire Christopher Rand at $30.38 an hour. And this would be pending as the return of a successful background check. And we,
performance of the resolution subject to all civil service requirements.
and subject to all civil requirements, and then also another to just say that he will not start, his starting date will not take effect until after the successful return of a background check, of a positive background check. Are there any questions or
So I
comments?
have a question. Is this position only temporary, or when the current employee who's retiring, what about his position? Is that can be eliminated then?
Yeah, so this is meant to fill that position once he retires.
No,
so-
no, I understand, but we're creating a new position, an additional position. at
So is
this
that
Yeah,
temporary?
the intent is only to have the one person. But they need to create this one now so they can get somebody on
Right.
to work it while he is out because he's using all of his time.
So it would be
No, I
subject
understand that,
to-
but the thing is, I want to make sure we eliminate the other position
Yes,
once when he's gone.
yes, we can do that.
But you can't make that vote if he's still serving in the role.
Yeah, no, I understand. I just want to make sure we do that.
That is
that's
the
all.
intent behind this, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make that motion to have the highway department create that position and hire Christopher Rand.
Second.
Along with all the other
Yes.
provisions, yes. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, resolution to approve senior center generator payment to Gentech, $53,200. That is the full payment, and a 5%, which comes out to $2,800 being withheld for maintenance That was the agreed upon terms. Everybody received the email on that. Are there any questions or comments?
Nope.
All right, is there a motion? Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution to approve the auditing contract with RBT for 2025, 26, and 27. The rates would be 26K, 27K, and 28K respectively. Are there any comments or questions?
No, I'm good, and
Nope.
I'll make that motion.
I'll move on.
Yeah, there's a motion and I will second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, resolution to accept snow and ice control agreement with Orange County. The Town of Chester Highway Department to handle snow, ice removal on certain county roads for $60,775 between 2025 and 2026. I got an email today. We are all set according to our attorney. Are there any comments or questions on it?
I'm good.
No, I'm good.
This is a yearly agreement that we do with the county. I would like the motion to accept it. Or is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution to authorize 90-day extension for Gabby Gastamachia for a full-time police clerk position, which would end on November 5th, 2025. Are there any comments or questions on this?
No.
Is there a motion to, I will motion to authorize. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So it's working out well for you, Dan?
And the test already happened, correct? So when do we expect to get the results? No, you don't, okay. It's always interesting with the county. I'm just kidding.
This date would be more than 4 months after the testing, so.
It should come back sooner, yeah, probably. Civil service, we all love civil service.
Oh, yeah.
Resolution to accept Robert Smith repayment stipulation of agreement. So everybody received the email on this.
Yep.
Yep.
He had just mistakenly been overpaid for working some days that he shouldn't have. He's going to be repaying it at $100 at a time over 7 installments to make it whole. So are any comments or questions on it?
No.
All right, is there, I'd like to motion to accept the resolution.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution to approve the $4,622 chlorine analyzer from Schmitz for Surrey Meadows Water District. The item was budgeted at $5,000. It is a sole source item.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, Sugarloaf Arts Collective request to waive the rental fee for the Sunset Summer Series. So the Summer Series was supposed to, everybody received the email on this.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be held at Ocean. They unfortunately nixed that, so they had to pull an audible. They held their first one at the Sugarloaf Performing Arts Center last week. They paid full price for that because it was obviously too last minute to try to ask for a waiver. But now they are asking for the waiver. They are asking to waive the $500 outdoor rental fee. The Sugarloaf Arts Collective, which is Matt's new a nonprofit that is putting this series on, is funding the $15,000 talent budget, the tech budget, the porta potties, and the staff. The past few years, the town funded a free concert series in the fall in order to promote the theater and the events being held. The summer series is far more valuable as it doesn't take away from fall sales and keeps people coming to the theater during the slow season. As we will now be funding the series, the town is able to get the same effect of the free series that we used to fund without having to actually fund a line item on the budget. So our team went through a garbage cleanup process, and there's no entry to the building allowed. The costs on the electrical system for the dates are negligible. So are there any comments or questions on this?
I think he actually has, the waiver will be covering 8 different Thursdays.
Yes, for all the shows, yes.
Yep. Yeah, so I don't have an issue with. I know there was past thoughts where people had mentioned that you're giving a free music series, and you're you're renting the theater out, but in this case, you got the same person that's renting the theater out for shows and doing this on their own as a free series that they're putting the money out for. So I don't have an issue with it.
I have no issue with it.
All right. Is there a motion to grant the waiver request?
Motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, Best Buddies 5K bike run agreement for insurance. Everybody received this. Are
Yeah.
there any questions
No.
or comments?
I-
Liz?
Well, you can generally, I have to look at the agreement a little in more detail. If you want to generally agree. Because I think
Subject
I
to?
think the issue was the addition of 5K. Is that correct, Linda?
Yes.
So you had previously approved in principle, essentially authorizing the use of the town streets for the bike run. They now wish to add the 5K. They had come back asking for an agreement with the town for insurance purposes. I had looked at it very briefly last week. If you wish, you can adopt a resolution authorizing the addition of a 5K subject to approval as to form of the agreement by the town attorney. That would be fine. I want to be clear that I'm not comfortable saying yay or nay yet on this agreement. And I
Yeah.
apologize that I don't have it ready for you. There was a lot going on this
How
week.
dare you?
It's
Okay.
our insurance company.
It's our insurance company wants the agreement?
Correct.
Okay, I want to,
You want to look it over? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there-
look it
Sure.
over
I
and
just wanted
the
to
first
clarify
draft was
that.
a little thin, so I'd like to look it over.
Is there a motion to accept the language that our attorney just spoke about in terms of the resolution?
So again, that resolution would be authorizing the addition of a 5K and
Subject to.
subject to approval of the insurance agreement by the town attorney.
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
When's that event, Linda?
October 4th.
So I don't have to look at it on vacation next week.
No.
I'll put her off. How's that?
I'll try to get it before I go.
No
All right.
problem.
Chester Fire District Board of Commissioners request for capital bond improvement project fee waivers. Everybody received the email on this,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are there any comments or questions on it?
No, I have no issue.
No.
All right, that being said, is there a motion I will motion to accept the request for the fee waivers.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, Parks and Rec request to host the flu shot clinic on September 12th at the Senior Rec Center. This was done in the past. It's with Walgreens. Everybody receives Michelle's email on it.
Yep.
Are there any questions or comments?
No.
No.
Seeing none, is there a motion to accept?
Motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, is there a motion to head an executive session? Oh, yes?
I have some public comment. Do you want that before you?
You wanna
go
do
into
that before we go in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
And you have new
Okay.
business.
Janet
No,
McElroy,
we canceled that.
all of those windows, part of the building was burned out, no?
No.
Janet McElroy, who in the neighboring communities have tarps to cover the field, and why is the Chester School District involved?
So
And-
they're assisting with the information for their advising on it, and the school district
They're-
themselves have the tarps.
They're giving us their expertise on how to do it.
Because we want a healthier field for our kids.
We want to improve the field, so.
And I did actually get a call from Joe Betro, by the way, whose career is literally in grass. He said that he's never seen the field in a better condition than it is right now. And that's thanks to the new maintenance plan that we put in place, I believe, with the fertilization and the feed. And he thinks that the winter tarps are going to be a big addition to keep it that way after each winter.
And again, that's with advice from the school. and
Yes.
With their help.
Absolutely.
And Janet McElroy, on item number 22 on the agenda, the employee was hired at what rate? The agenda that she's looking at doesn't have a rate.
$30.38.
Right on the agenda.
And
Is
she,
it
I had
initial-
posted a one that
The
didn't
initial
have that.
draft.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. All right. All right. There will be new business after the executive session today. Is there a motion to head into executive session for contracts?
Motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are now in executive session. All right, is there a motion to come out of executive session?
Motion.
All
I'll
those in
second.
favor?
Aye.
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 All right. The only new business I have is the resolution to authorize the bid for the drainage pipelining on Jeffrey Drive and Dawn Court. Everybody received the email from John Queenan on this, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
They're going
no.
to use the form from the last bid that they did, just update it. Are there any questions or comments?
Is that within a drainage district? That drainage pipe, do you know offhand?
Not off the top of my head, but I'm sure you can respond to John there.
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
I'm just curious
Yeah.
if it is.
All right, are there any other comments or questions
No?
No, I'm good.
on this?
I have one public comment. out loud.
Okay, just hold on.
Okay.
All right, is there a motion to authorize the bid?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 I do not. He did not include. Let me see.
I think they still have to put it out or
Yeah,
something to get a
aren't-
price.
Isn't it going out to bid? Isn't
Oh,
it
you're
just
authorizing John
authorized?
to make the bid.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
just-
I believe, right?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I should have said prep the bid docs.
Yes,
Yes.
okay, I feel so much better.
Prep the bid
I
docs.
was gonna
I'm
say,
sorry,
I
that was a
don't
last
think we
minute
did this yet.
request.
I feel so much better.
Good.
All right, public comment.
Is that me?
Yes.
As a Ed Mullins. As a Chester resident in the Warren Valley School District, I can express how grateful I am that the Chester School District provides their expert advice on how to best spend our tax dollars for their benefit. How can I send them a heartfelt message of gratitude?
Thank you, Ed. Are there any other comments? Anything from the town board?
No?
Anything from the audience? Seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.
Say good night.